Okay, today I thought we've got our head pretty well blocked out here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to refine the features just a little, okay? So let's start with the nose here. Now, when I took art classes years ago, one of the things my instructor taught me was look at the nose. Let's just draw it the way we got it here. Look at the nose as three balls. You have a large ball in the center and two smaller balls on the outside. That's a good way to look at it, because that's exactly, if you look at these, my pencil go here. If you look at the picture, you'll see here, well, just like this guy here, you can see that large ball.
Can't see anything.
Right there.
No.
And here are the two smaller balls here. And it's the same for all of them. Here that shows up a little bit better, and then you have this smaller ball there. And it really shows up here on Chief Dan George. So just remember that. So what we're going to do now, we've got the two flares on the sides, so we'll just draw a line down through the center here. I don't normally do this, but being as we're kind of doing an instructional video here, we'll just kind of visualize it. We want to start back here, and we want this to come down like that. Okay? Now I have to use this knife here because that knife, because of the width of the blade again, is just a little too large. And right down there where it's deep. See how I turn my knife? Just turn it like that, and that completes the stroke. So we'll just continue on down here. Now you'll reach a point right there, you've got to stop. Why? Because of the grain. So you have to turn it around and do it this way. Just like that. Okay? And then we do the same thing on the other side. And again, carve down to that point, turn it around, and finish your stroke going the other way. Then we can come up here and do that top of the ball right there. I'm not going to do this completely, finish it here, because we got a long way to go before we get to where we can finish this. Get rid of my pencil line there so I can see what we've done a little bit better. Spending too much time on this right now. Okay, we'll just leave that just like it is. Okay, there, we got that done. Now, let's do his eyebrows. Okay, so the eyebrows are a critical point of doing this head because that's where the expression is going to come from. You got 2 points on the face where the expression is created. That's the eyebrows and the mouth. So People ask me all the time, why don't you ever carve smiling Indians? Well, Indians as a general rule don't smile. I'm sure they do, but they're always portrayed as being unsmiling. I mean, Chief Dan George here, he was smiling. He was kind of a unique character, really. You ever saw the Outlaw Josie Wells? That guy was perfect in that movie. But these other guys, I mean, Sitting Bull there, he wasn't smiling. Red Cloud, I don't think, he wasn't smiling. This guy, I still don't know what his name is. Magua here, he definitely wasn't smiling. They just don't have that much to smile about these days. So I generally don't portray them as being happy, stoic, maybe is a better word how I portray them. Okay, now let's do the area down in the mouth first. Now there's muscles down here, as you can see. Here's the best example. They come from back here at the point on the nose, they curve around like this, and then they curve back up like that, come back up, and then go back up to the point of the nose. Like I said, they come down here, they curve back up, go down, and then they go back up. If you look up facial anatomy, you'll see what I mean about the muscles that underlie the skin. So let's just take this. Start up here at the top. Just bring your knife down. Don't carve straight in. Whatever you do, never carve straight in if you can help it. I'm going to stop right there and take out the chips. Okay, we've established that muscle pretty good there. Now we can accentuate that. Now if you look, let me see if I can find another. Here we go. right here. Here's the chin muscle right there. See how there's kind of a dip right there. See how that dips in there like that, comes out? That's what we're going to do now. Very simple. You just dig your knife in and take it out.
Well, I didn't see that.
Didn't see that.
Okay.
Now look at the effect that immediately had, just that little, those two little chips on each side had on that chin. Really pronounced, isn't it? Okay, now draw his lip line in there. Do we want it there? Now, contrary to popular belief, maybe in caricature carvings you can do that, but in a semi or realistic carving you can't. This lip line does not go back to that point. I mean, if you put it back there, I mean, it looks okay, but it's just too much. You want to stop it about there, about there. And actually, I'm going to go a little higher. Let me get rid of my pencil lines here so I can see what's going on. Let's bring it up to about there. No, I don't like that. Don't like that. I might just take it back to the other location. Which was down here. Something like that. And that's sad looking. I don't want him sad looking. Not this guy. He's a warrior. He's not sad. Better. Let's try that. Now he looks sad right now because it's his eyebrows. We haven't finished those. So I'm going to take my knife and just stab it in there like that. Stab it in there like that. Make a cut up to that line. Take out that little chip. And just drag this at a slant again across. Like that. Now we'll put the bottom lip in there. pretty good. Take a little divot out of there. Looks better. Cut these a little deeper. And again, always get rid of these saw marks. I lost a sale one day because of those. I think I told you in one of the videos in the past about that. See, we're getting that profile now, aren't we? Looking good. Now up here on the nose, you'll see that the ball, this ball, sits lower than these two balls here. So you know your nose comes down like that and then goes up like that and around. Okay? So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to take a little chip out there like that. A little chip out there like that. Now carving nostrils. Let me clean this up here. Carving nostrils. Okay, what I do is I start about right here and I just go in like that. Take that chip out. And then on the other side.
Why isn't it?
Hmm?
I think it's fuzzy.
And then come back up here. Finish that little chip there. This one looks a little wider than that one on the other side. That looks good. This area right here on the nostrils, all you really want is you want a shadow there. You don't want a hole. If you carved, you know, you went and set up and dug out a hole up in that area, it just wouldn't look good at all. Get a little more shape to this area here. Now, there's a little thing, let me get this right here. Make that just a little bit more pronounced. Now there's a little divot right here. right beneath his nose. So we're just about right there, just go up. Just looking to see how we can improve this. Okay, I'm going to add one more feature here. So, clean it up. Looking good. All right, now, if you look at the faces, there's a line right here. It shows up good right there. Can't see it so much on this side, but it's there. You have here, you have it. Here, really pronounced here. Here, not so much. There, you can see it here. If it is facial, there it really shows up right there. So, just going to draw a line there. Starting real shallow up here, go deep to the central point, and then back out shallow again. And then starting out here real shallow, go deep. See, look at the effect that had on it as I jerk this piece of wood around. Let me just finish up one side here. Look at the effect that had on that. Really changed the looks of it. Judy's still sighing back there. Make sure my pencil lines match up. Shallow out here, deep to the center, and shallow back again. she says stop. Okay, we had to take a break there and kill a couple wasps. Anyway, I carved out that little back of his jaw there to indicate his earlobe. So we have to do that over here. It's very simple. You just cut down that way and cut down that way and take that out of there. Now here's an area right here. I just saw that, so I'll just cover that right now. Right here. On a head. Just to draw the shape of the skull, like that. The neck comes down behind. Like that. Well, it don't go that low. That line right there don't go that low. That line, this curve should be up in here. So we have to get rid of that because that's really having a bad effect.
There.
Bad effect on how this thing looks. There, see how much better that looks now. Judy's lost.
Yeah.
Much better. So basically we're finished right with this area here. Granted, we might have to do some toning up later on, but right now this area from the nose down is pretty well finished. So the next time we come back, we'll work on this area up here. Okay? Looking good. So until then, I'll talk to you later.